Good morning, students. I, Afrin Sayed, welcome you all to the virtual class learning for the subject English for Standard 8. Till now, in our previous class, we have seen the lesson Tsunami, a natural disaster. Now, in that lesson, what we have saw is what is tsunami, how it happens, and how it affects the lives of the people. So, that lesson we have saw many real stories of the people. Either they are the courageous people who were able to survive in that tsunami, or of the people who lost their family members, who lost everything, and even the stories of the brave people also who try to save the other lives, like the story of a policeman who tries to save the other life and he lost his life also. So there are number of stories which we saw in this lesson one by one, not only about the our country, because the tsunami which happened, this all stories are about in the year on 26 December 2004, when the tsunami occurs in our country, especially in Andaman and Nicobar Island and in the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu state. This occur. Now, in those areas where it occurs, apart from our country, even in the other countries also tsunami occurs. One of the countries, Thailand. So they have given one story of Thailand also. If you remember, that girl was there who came along with her family from England to celebrate Christmas in Thailand. But before coming to Thailand, in her school, she studied about what is tsunami and how it occurs. She saw the videos and she know it very well, what are the signs are there. So when she was along with her family on the beach, Phuket beach in Thailand, there she realized the symptoms, and in this way that brave girl, with her intelligence and with her sense of mind, she was able to save the life of many people. Those who listen to that girl and understand the situation, they left from that beach and they all were saved. This way that little girl saved the life of many people. And even apart from the human beings, animals were also there. Animals have a sixth sense, that if any natural disaster occurs, they know it in the beginning only, they know it before it only, and they try to save themselves in that. So this has happened in the tsunami also. Many people lost their life, but hardly few animal dies, and the other animal, they try to save themselves very well. They have given the example of one of the national park in Sri Lanka, where before the tsunami all the animals were screaming, they were trying to be in their cages only, even the elephants were trying to run away from there. So this, there was a lot of chaos in the zoo also. So this shows that they all knows that tsunami is going to occur. And even one of the person's story is that he, every day he used to take his dog to the beach for a walk, but that day the dog was not ready to go for a walk only. This also shows that the dog also knows very well that the tsunami is going to occur, so that's why they were trying to save themselves. Only those who don't know about this is the human beings, and by the time they come to know about it, hardly they were having the time to save themselves, and the giant waves are coming in such a way with a great force that it becomes impossible for the people to save their life, and many people swept away in their, in those waves in tsunami. This is all about the lesson tsunami which we saw. Now, during the in between the lessons, whatever the comprehension check was there, I discussed the answer of those comprehension check with you all. Apart from those comprehension check, we have the other comprehension check after the lesson also. That also we are going to see in this. As you can see on the screen also, comprehension check, some questions are there first. So we'll discuss the answer of those questions. First is, in the tsunami, 1,50,000 people died. How many animals died? The answer is very few animals died. Why the reason? Because they know very well about this. They have the sixth sense, and because of that, they were trying to save themselves. They tried to run away from those areas. Okay. In your notebook you are supposed to write all the answers of the comprehension check till now, whatever has been done. And the answer what I said for this one is, how many animals died? So very few animals died. The next question is, how many people and animals died in Yala National Park? In Yala National Park, 60 visitors, 60 visitors, those who came to visit that zoo. So 60 visitors, and only 2 animals died. And hope understood the answer, that 60 visitors and 2 animals died in Yala National Park. That also only the 2 water buffaloes which were there. The 2 animals which are mentioned, that 2 animals died in Yala National Park, are the water buffaloes which are there. They were not able to move away and they died. Now the next is, what do people say about the elephants of Yala National Park? What the people said about the elephants, how they were behaving? So that people says that the elephants ran from the beach an hour before the tsunami hit the coast. Yala National Park is in the coastal areas. So the animals know very well about it. So elephants, what they did, 1 hour before the tsunami, they tried to run away from there, from that beach only. So what the exact answer for this question is, people say that the elephants ran from the beach an hour before the tsunami hit the coast. Now the next question which is there, what did the dogs in Gale do? What did the dogs do? As I said just now also, they refused to go to their beach they refused to go to the beach for their daily exercise or for their daily walk. So the answer is, the dogs in Gale refuse to go to the beach for their daily exercise or walk. This is the answer of the 4th question. This way we discuss all the answers of the comprehension check. Now moving to the next we have is working with text. In working with text, you can see the question number 1 which is given. When he felt the earthquake, do you think Ignatius immediately worried about a tsunami? Give reasons for your answer. Which sentence in the text tells you that the Ignatius family did not have any time to discuss and plan their course of action after the tsunami struck? Now, if you remember this character, Ignatius was there. He was the manager in the cooperative society. He was living in a Cashel Island. Cashel Island was in the island which was there where the tsunami hit. So around 6 a.m. in the morning, this manager wife noticed something, and she woke up and she felt that earthquake was there. Ignatius also felt that the earthquake was there. So that's why what he did, he took off his television from the table and kept it down, and they tried to move away from there because of the earthquake. But very soon they saw the giant waves were coming. And what happened that time, that when they were trying to it was so immediate, everything was going on, so they were not having the time to plan anything, and they were just trying to run away from there. What actually the exact answer for this is, what do you think they are asking? Ignatius immediately worried about the tsunami? No. He felt that earthquake was there. No, Ignatius, children, if you want, you can note down the answer also when I'm discussing the answer with you all. No, Ignatius did not think about the tsunami. He thought that it was just an earthquake. So he took the television off the table and put it on the ground. His family did not have time to discuss and plan their course of action. The following sentence tells about the chaos and confusion. 2 of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother's father and mother's brother and rushed in the opposite direction. This is the answer of that question. Now next we have is, which words in the list below describe the Sanjeev in your opinion? Sanjeev, a policeman, as I said, he's the brave one. He tries to save the life of other people, and in that he lost his life also. So Sanjeev, his character, some words are there. So what you think, which words suit him properly, which words are suitable for him, that we will see. In the box you can see there are many words they have given, like cheerful, ambitious, brash, brave, careless, heroic, selfless, heartless and humorous. And so which words in the list below describe Sanjeev in your opinion, you think? First of all, he is a brave person because he bravely jumped into the water and tried to save the life of that woman. Heroic also, like a real hero, he did that in that situation when he required the help. And even selfless also. Selfless, I would say that at a time Sanjeev was very safe with his family, but looking at the other people who were in dangerous, he didn't think about himself. He thought about the other people life, and in a selfless manner he moved front and tried to save the life of that lady. So the three words in my opinion can describe Sanjeev is brave, heroic and selfless. Now down also they have given some words from the list to complete the three sentence. You can see the three sentences which are there, and with the help of those words which are given in the blue box you have to complete these sentences. First word, sentence is, I don't know if Sanjeev was cheerful dash or dash. I don't know if Sanjeev was cheerful, ambitious or brash. Second is, I think that he was very brave dash and dash. I think that he was very brave, heroic and selfless. Sanjeev was not heartless dash or dash. Sanjeev was not heartless, careless or humorous. These are the words used to describe Sanjeev. Now moving to our next question. How are Meghna and Alma's stories similar? If you remember the stories of two girls, Meghna and Almas. Meghna, the girl who was 2 days she was in the water on that floating door, wooden door which was there, she was on that only for almost 2 days, and after 2 days the tsunami occurs, she came near the shore. That girl which was there, who along with the many people swept away in that water, but anyhow she managed to save her life. And Alma's story is that everybody in the family swept away in the water and that girl left alone in that tsunami. The family of Almas also tried to run away, but her grandfather got hit, and when the father tried to help grandfather in that situation, big giant waves came, and father and grandfather both swept away. After that, mother and the aunt and the other family members were there. They were holding, they were embracing the branches of the tree, but because of the giant waves, that also move away in the water and they all swept away. Only Almas, she was carrying that, she was holding that wooden log, and because of that only she was able to survive. This is the story of a girl Almas. Now we will see the answer, how the stories are similar. Meghna and Almas both were lucky. This is the answer. Meghna and Almas both were lucky. Meghna was carried away with her parents and other people, but she alone survived. She was washed ashore by a wave. Almas climbed onto a log of wood. When she opened her eyes, she found herself in a hospital in Kamota. So this way both the girls are luckiest enough to save their life and were able to survive, whereas their family members, they all washed away, they all swept away in the water only. This is the question answers of the lesson. Now moving to the other part of the lesson, that question is, what are the different ways in which Tilly's parents could have reacted to her behavior? What would you have done if you were in their place? So here they are asking you about your opinion. If you were at Tilly's parents' place, how would you have reacted in that situation, and how uh, you know try to come away from there? So that is fully your opinion. You are open to give your opinion and note down in the notebook also. Moving to the next question, if Tilly's award was to be shared, who do you think she should share it with? Her parents or her geography teacher? Now, Tilly, the girl who tried to save the life of many people on the Thailand beach, now she was able to save many people. How this happens? And the question which they ask is, how you think that who should be get awarded for that? It should be Tilly's parents or her geography teacher. What? Okay. The answer is, it is very obvious. Tilly's award should be shared with her geography teacher. Her parents could not guess the tsunami was coming, but the information which was provided by the geography teacher helped Tilly's to realize the situation, or to easily recognize that some dangerous situation is coming or tsunami is coming. So the award should be shared with her geography teacher, not with her parents. Now, what next is, what are the two different ideas about why so few animals were killed in the tsunami? Which idea do you find more believable? Uh, well, if we see the examples which was given in the lesson about the animals, so very few animals died as compared to the human beings. And why it happens? We'll see the answer. The answer is, very few animals were killed in the tsunami. Perhaps they feel the tremor much before humans do. Secondly, the animals have sixth sense. They can guess the coming disaster and so run away to safer places higher. Now the next question is, what are the two different ideas about why so few animals were killed in the tsunami? Which idea do you find more believable? Well, that same answer which is there, again I am going to repeat that answer for you all. Very few animals were killed in the tsunami. Perhaps they feel the tremor much before humans do. Secondly, the animals have sixth sense. They can guess the coming disaster and so run away to safer places or higher ground. The idea that the animals are gifted with the sixth sense is more believable. They move fast to get over the crisis. Now the next we have is working with language. In working with language, as you can see, what they said first is, go through part 1 carefully and make a list of as many words as you can find that indicate movement of different kinds. There is one word that occurs repeatedly. Count how many times, put them into 3 categories. Fast movement, slow movement, neither slow nor fast. Or can you explain why there are many words in one column and not in the others? Now what you have to do is, from the lesson you have to find out the many words which are there, which shows the movement of human beings, movement of animals, movement of water, movement of things. It can be anything. The words which are shows used in the lesson to express the movements, that you have to find out, and that also you have to count it how many times the words are used, and as per the speed also, like they have given 3 categories to put the words: fast movement, slow movement, and neither slow nor fast, middle one. In this way you have to prepare 3 columns and you have to write those words in as per their movement in the particular column, and after that you have to give the answer of that also, that what you feel that why particular words, why in that particular column more words are there? Now moving to the next one, we have is fill in the blanks in the sentence below. The verbs given in brackets will give you a clue. Well, here they have given some flub. With the help of the words given in the bracket at the end of the sentence, you have to complete those sentences in a proper verb form. The first is, the earth trembled, but not many people felt the trembling or the tremor. The other word which is used in the lesson is tremor also, that same meaning. As per the sentence, what they use the word trembled. So we are going to use the word trembling. The earth trembled, but not many people felt the trembling or tremors. Next is, when the zoo was flooded, there was a lot of dash and many animals kept into the countryside. And at the end, what the word they use is confuse. So how can we change confuse in that? So when the zoo was flooded, there was a lot of confusion and many animals escaped into the countryside. Next we have is, when we heard with dash that the lion had been recaptured. We heard at the end, the word which they use is relief. But we have to change the word also as per the demand of the sentence. So we heard with relief. It's not relief. Relief will come over there. Fourth is, the zookeeper was stuck in a tree and his dash was filmed by the TV crew. The zookeeper was stuck in a tree and his rescue was filmed by the TV crew. Next we have is, there was much dash in the village when the snake charmer came visiting. So there was much excitement in the village. Okay, this is all about. Now next we have is, study the sentences in the columns A and B. In the A column they have given, Meghna was swept away, Alma's grandfather was hit on the head, 60 visitors were washed away, no animals' carcasses were found. In the B column, the waves swept Meghna away, something hit Alma's grandfather on the head, the waves washed away 60 visitors, and people did not find any animal carcasses. Now what you are asking here to do is, here what you have to do, two columns which are there, A and B. So we have to say whether the sentence are in the active or the passive voice, or we have to write it in that form. Active or passive voice, which is a grammatical part you have. So that also when we will you can do it, because active and passive voice is already done in the grammar last year. On the basis of that, you try to find out also some more examples they have given in that textbook. If you go through that textbook, and what they are asking here to do is to write whether the sentence below which are there, it is in the active form or the passive form. Now after that, as you can see, one anecdote is given over there for you all. Anecdote is small, humorous, or the playful story or real incidents are there, something personal are describing about themselves or something. So here we have the one that is called Betty at the Party. Before that, in yellow column, if you can see, they have given some information about an island. Cashel is one of the largest island in the central group. It is about 61 square miles in area. It's slightly hilly at the center, but otherwise remarkably flat. This is one of the island which is they are talking about. So that island is in those only this is the big island, and where most of this incident happens. This is a part of the Nicobar Island. Cashel Island is in the center of Nicobar Island, where most of the incidents of tsunami occurs, and this island is one of the largest island they are talking about here. Now coming to our anecdote which I was talking earlier, Betty at the party. When I was at the party, said Betty, aged just 4, a little girl fell off her chair right down upon the floor. And all the other little girls began to laugh, but me, I didn't laugh a single bit, said Betty seriously. Why not? Her mother asked her, full of delight to find that Betty, blessed her little heart, had been so sweetly kind. Why didn't you laugh, my darling? Or don't you like to tell? I didn't laugh, said Betty, because it was I that fell. Written by unknown person. So this is all about a one anecdote which was given about. It's about a little girl, Betty. They are talking about in this, that she has discussed about herself in that. Now moving to the next, that is geography lesson. You can see that poem which is there. Now geography lesson which is there, it is actually the poem name. It's not a geography lesson that we are going to see. It's a small poem for we all. Now before moving to and to start with the poem, I want to ask you all something, that you all must have you ever saw how your city look like if you are 10,000 feet above the ground, if you are at the very higher level from the ground? Ever imagine how your city will look like if you are in that place? And neatly planned or perfect in proportion like a geometric design, it would strike you as something very different from what it actually is while you are in the thick of it. Here is a poet's description of just such a view of the city and some questions that come to his mind, that we are going to see through this poem, geography lesson which is there. Now the poem which is there, in that what happened, actually the poet is written by, first of all let me talk to you about the poet name also. The poet is written by Zulfikar Ghaus. Zulfikar Ghaus, born in Sialkot, which today is presently in Pakistan, and being a writer or being the poet, Zulfikar has written many novels, poems and stories and all. His first novel is The Contradiction. Contradiction novel is that in which he discuss about or differentiate and discuss the difference between the western culture and the eastern culture, or the lifestyle of the people and everything he criticized in that. Even he has written number of different novels, a very popular one. If you are getting a time, you must go through the novels written by him, and even the poems also written by Zulfikar. He is a very great poet or a novelist also. Now coming to this poem is written by Zulfikar, is actually one of his experience when he was flying in the sky with a jet fly. So what he observed, what he saw, he has explained it in the form of a poem for us to see what he observed. So first we'll recite the poem and we will see what Zulfikar observed when he was flying with his jet fly in the sky. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scale 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. What the poet is saying through this first stanza, that when the jet sprang into the sky, when the poet was traveling by the jet sky into the sky, so it was clear, he got the clear idea when he was just 6 inches from a mile above from the land part, what he saw, observe about the city. So he was saying that it is inevitability means something that cannot be avoided, what is on the ground, and had look haphazard. Look haphazard means something in a very unplanned way, in a very disordered way, everything was there on the city he felt when he was going up. There was nothing unplanned and without any style, he was saying. So that what he was trying to say, that whatever is there on the land part of the city, nothing is planned and nothing is in a very stylish manner. Everything was inevitably and in a very haphazard manner was done by the people. Either their buildings are there, roads are there, whatever is there, they didn't follow the different pattern or a style. In a very unplanned manner, the people had done it. Now, when the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography, that land and water attracted man, was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Now, in the first stanza, we saw 6 inches mile. Now let more higher, when the poet jet reached 10,000 feet up in the sky. So the question was coming in his mind, that why the country and even the cities which are there, they are near this rivers, near the rivers where the valleys are there, because it was all populated by the human beings. And he was saying about the logic of geography is that the land and the water is the two basic things which the people require. So this was the it was clearly delineated means clearly shown here, that these are the two things which attracted the human beings. They need the land also and even they need the water also. This is the logic of geography which is clearly shown in the poem. After that, when the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. But it was difficult to understand that the man on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill from the height. It was not clear why. In the last stanza, what the poet is saying, that when he reached just more 6 miles high, and he can see clearly that the earth was round in shape, and what he found, that the earth has more sea than land part. We all know very well the proportion of the land and the sea on the earth. That is, sea is oceanic part is 71% and the land is 29%. So which proportion is higher? The ocean part, that the sea proportion is higher. That poet also observed from so much higher feet when he looked at the earth. Now, it was very difficult for him to understand that the people, the human being, those who are living on this earth, why they are hating each other so much, why they have, feel like there are so many enemies, why they don't try to be very friendly with the other people. And what they were doing, they were building the walls and, across their cities, the borders which are there across the nations. Why the borders came? Because of the conflict between two countries. When they don't try to be unite together, when they don't try to be one, they tries to have the boundaries in between them. So he was asking why the boundaries are there, why the people have the hatred feeling for each other, and even they try to kill also to each other. When the war happened, these things happens. When the war was there, the people try to kill each other also, and just to gain the power, just to gain the power of the other cities or of the other countries. This is all happens on the earth. So poet is saying that why this happens, it was not clear for him that the planet on which we are living, it's so beautiful, and we human beings uh, should be thankful to the god for the gift given by him, the life which is there, the people around us which are there, the natural things which are around us. So as a human being, what the poet is trying to convey the message through this poem is that we as a human being should not try to disturb or destroy our environment, destroy our country, whatever the god gift which is there to us, we should not do that. And even we should not have that hatred feeling towards each other about the people, and we should be friendly with all the people, and we should always try to mingle with the people, so there should not be any borders or any war should be there in this world. This is all about the poem Geography lesson. name is about the geography lesson, but actually what he was trying to say that about his journey through the jet and what he saw over the earth. He was trying to discuss in this poem. This is all about the poem Geography Lesson written by Zulfikar Ghosh. Now what we are going to do is we are going to see the working with the poem which is given in this. So in working with the poem, what the first question they have given here is, find 3 or 4 phrases in stanzas 1 and 2 which are likely to occur in a geography lesson. Now the first what they are asking is to phrases which are there. Phrases, that means a group of words which are there. First of all, what is phrases? Are a group of words which are not complete. It has some meaning, but they does not provide the full information. So here they are asking about in the geography lessons the phrases which are there. So the phrases which are there in the poem are, first is scaled 6 inches to the mile. Second is valleys were populated. And the third is land and water attracted man. These are the 3 phases in the poem. Now moving to the next is, seen from the window of an aeroplane, the city appears as haphazard as on ground, as neat as a map, or as developed as necessary. Here you have to mark the right answer. So as per the poem or the poet, how the city looks like for the poet, and the answer is as haphazard as on ground, and as neat as a map, as developed as necessary. These are the 3 options which they gave. So what is the correct answer you feel for this one is as developed as necessary. That's why it was very in an unplanned manner the city was developed, because as per the necessity it was developed slowly. So the answer is as developed as necessary. Now the third is, which of the following statements are example of the logic of geography? Some statements are given over there, and what they are asking is which are the examples which are there. These are logic which discuss about the logic of geography. The statements are, there are cities where there are rivers. Cities appear as they are not from 6 miles above the ground. Third is, it is easy to understand why valleys are populated. Fourth is, it is difficult to understand why humans hate and kill one another. And the next one is, the earth is round and it has more sea than land. So from this, what you have to do, you have to find out the logic of geography which is mentioned in this. Now what you feel, which are the statements are there which talks about in a geographical term, that you have to find out, and you have to write those answers also. Now the next which we have is the logic of geography, as I said, is the 3 statements, the statements which they are asking. So first one, there are cities where there are rivers. This is the first example. Next is, it is easy to understand why valleys are populated. And the third is, it is difficult to understand why humans hate and kill one another. These are the statements, examples of the logic of geography. Now the next one is, question is, mention 2 things that are clear from the height and the other 2 things not clear from the height. The things you have to find out, and you have to write it from the poem, that which are the things clear for you and which are the things not clear from the height mentioned in the poem. This is all about the poem geography lesson. In our next lecture, we are going to discuss, or we are going to start with some other lesson. Okay, till then You must prepare yourself, go through the lesson and the poem which has been done. Till now 2 lessons and poems are over, so do the revision of those lessons and poem thoroughly. Write the question answers also, write the difficult words also, learn the meanings of the new words, and try to improve your vocabulary so that your English can be improved in this way. Okay, this is all about the lesson. Thank you for this.